and individuals coordinated by the Institute for Policy Studies. It is dedicated to articulating and popularizing a bold vision and implementing a strategy for a new economy that works for all people and the living systems on which their well-being depends. We recognize, of course, that huge controversies will result from a book questioning the wisdom of free trade agreements, calling business leaders generously compensated servants of money-seeking corporate robots, and suggesting that the money economy is a suicide economy. Not all members of the Club of Rome will have the same view on the topics. After all, David Korten's book is a report to the Club of Rome, not a formalized credo of the Club of Rome. But we at the Club of Rome feel united in the belief that business-as-usual strategies are no longer possible in a physically limited world nearing 9 billion people with growing expectations for ever higher consumption. A world where, in addition, income disparities are growing and the risks for social exclusion are considerable, not least among unemployed youth. We welcome the discussion on David Korten's basic tenet that the wrong story will lead to the wrong future, and that a better story is very much needed. His proposal for a new narrative, a sacred life and living earth story grounded in a living universe cosmology, is provocative, but a most welcome contribution to the debate. We invite readers and commentators to turn to us at www.clubofrome.org. September 2014. Ernst von Weizsäcker and Anders Wickman, co-presidents, the Club of Rome. Change the story, change the future. Choice-making beings of many possibilities, we humans live by shared cultural stories. They are the lens through which we view reality. They shape what we most value as a society and the institutions by which we structure power. When we get our story wrong, we get our future wrong. We are in terminal crisis because we have our defining story badly wrong. Seduced by a fabricated, sacred money and market story, we live in indentured service to money-seeking corporate robots and relate to Earth as if it were a dead rock for sale. Communications technologies now give us the capacity as a species to choose our common story with conscious intention. This is a moment of unprecedented opportunity to create a future consistent with our true nature and possibility as living beings born of a living Earth, born of a living universe. An authentic, sacred life and living Earth story is emerging. It has ancient roots in indigenous wisdom. If embraced, it changes everything. Change the story, change the future. Prologue. In Search of a Deeper Truth. Some 20 years ago, while writing When Corporations Rule the World, I often made the case in public presentations that we humans are on a path to self-extinction. I was startled by responses like, "I agree, it does seem like we are on a suicidal course, but the changes you are talking about are impossibly big and costly, and the dismal projections may turn out to be wrong." It seemed that many thoughtful people were saying, "We can't change, so let's party while we can. If it ends, it ends. Last one to leave, turn out the lights." I wondered, does life have so little meaning that people are not willing to make an effort to change, even if their children's future and species survival are at stake? While wrestling with this question, I read Thomas Berry's Dream of the Earth. I sensed a profound truth in his argument that our future depends on finding a story that gives us a powerful reason to live, a story that answers the basic question, why? I've since come to realize that such a story must accomplish 4 things. It must give life meaning and purpose. It must give us reason to believe that the necessary changes are possible despite powerful opposition. It must address the claim that we are by nature individualistic, greedy, and competitive. Finally, it must point the way to a viable human future.